kicked off. So we're talking about help. Do you need it? Do you want it? Do you know where to find it? Do you need it? Do you want it? Do you know where to find it? And what I was talking about before we was rudely interrupted by the internet. Before we was rudely interrupted by the internet. Hey, I'm so glad to see everybody back. Yes, yes, yes. Please put the message out again. Let them know we're live and we're back. Yes. And so we're giving away some things on this Periscope. I'm going to make this about a 10-minute Periscope. I'm not going to keep you too long, but I'm sharing my newest book, Activate Your Vision, a 40-day guide to take your vision off the board and into your life. It's a vision board playbook. Great content, great information. It's a great book. The next thing is, got a groovy, I love you, Bo. The Art of Activation. 24 Laws to Win, to Thrive, to Prosper, and to Rise. We're also giving away, hey Cecilia from Maryland, an Activate cup. And we're giving away these goodies. We're also offering people to take advantage of the membership, which we'll talk about later on, how to become an official Activate member. We do have the free membership page on Facebook, but there's a special site for Activate members where you're getting great content and information, and it's delivered right to your inbox. And then we're going to start having special calls and videos and private periscopes for them. So let's go in. Let's go into this thing. And notice, Monique, I love you. So I love you, ladies and gents. Thanks for joining. Thanks for sharing again, letting people know that we're back on. Help. Help is this topic, time and time again, is something that is needed to discuss, I think, more than anything at this point, because a lot of people need help and they don't realize it. And like I was saying on the other Periscope, you're going to pay for help whether you like it or not. You're going to pay if you have it, and you're going to pay if you don't have it. So let's just get over that right now. Help doesn't come perfect. Help is constantly being perfected. Help is constantly growing. Help is constantly grooming. Help is also a part of you understanding what kind of help you need, and it requires a certain level of clarity of where are you right now in life. Do you need help to just get your mind right? Do you need to see someone, sit on somebody's couch just so you can vent? Do you need help because you're grieving and the grieving has stopped you from doing certain things? Do you need help because you for some reason it's just, you maybe need spiritual help because it just feels like there's a war going on and you don't understand what's happening? Maybe you need help with decluttering your life, your cell phone, your house, your closets. Cleaning your walls is a great way, to gain some clarity. Getting a cleaning lady and getting someone to help with the laundry, getting someone to even help with meals, tutoring with your children. If you know that you're not great with this school book stuff that these kids are learning nowadays, it's okay to get a tutor. Some people are afraid to ask for help. And it's okay to ask for help. That's why we have cell phones now. That's why they've created all of these gadgets. That's why there's a GPS system. That's why they have the iPhones have Siri. My daughter Siri told her, she said, she asked Siri a question, and Siri told her something like, you don't appreciate me. I said, what kind of computerized thing is this? But going back to the point is understanding you have to look at what is your greatest frustration right now in life or in business, and in what area do you need help? What does that look like? That'll help you to identify the kind of help that you need because of the frustration. I always say, and you can tweet this is a tweetable, there's a fortune in your frustration. There's a fortune in your frustration. And what do I mean by that? Because of the frustration and the level of intensity and stress and anxiety that you're going through, the thing that's keeping you up in the midnight hour, that is the point where you can teach someone how to get over this thing, or how you were able to overcome and become victorious over this specific frustration. So it's important to understand that there's a fortune in your frustration, but first you have to pay to get out of that frustration pool. That frustration is like having a big block, a big stone, a big mountain in the middle of your stream, a big stone in the middle of your stream. It stops the flow. When you don't ask for help, you're placing stones on your stream, and now a flow is now becoming rocky. Now a flow is now becoming an even thinner stream, and now the flow is stopping. And so you want a constant flow in life to not only be able to give your best self, but to also receive. And in order to do that, you have to remove these thorns and these things that are stressing you out and causing you this high level of frustration. And it's okay to ask for help. Wherever you need to go, ask for help based on that frustration. So I'll ask you to write down, what is your frustration? What is frustrating you right now? What is keeping you up in the midnight hour? And as I was mentioning earlier, is it money? Is it really, really money? Or what's really behind that issue? Is it communication? Maybe you're not communicating effectively to people. So maybe if you're constantly seeing this same thing come back around. So for me, I'm seeing the same thing every year around the same time. And I had to check myself this year to say, why is this showing up like this again? Why is this inconsistency? The inconsistency may show up as a person. It may show up as a person, yes. So why is this inconsistency showing up right now? Because one is a lesson for the help, and then there's also a lesson for the person who's asking for help. The lesson for the person who's asking for help is to be crystal clear, do your due diligence on the kind of help that you need. And like I was mentioning, it's not a matter of, saying, well, you can get an amateur, or you could pay for, or you could pay for a professional. Sometimes a professional is an amateur in disguise. And so it's kind of tough to trust in this season and ask for help when the professional is an amateur and the amateur is the professional, but you didn't give them an opportunity. So we have to not look at the price range sometimes. We have to look at, so I go to a boutique that has great quality clothes, designer clothes, for less. So is it the same clothes that's in these major stores? Absolutely. My conference skirt is the same designer that Viola Davis wore on TV when she accepted her award. But I guarantee you, I didn't pay half as much as she paid for that. So sometimes it's not a matter of, you need to, in order to get the best, you got to pay the best and be willing to pay to play. Sometimes that price range, sometimes you have to look at the skill set and the background of the person who's offering the help and the help that you're seeking. So you have to say, okay, individuals who are in my situation, how did you help them get out? Oh, I need case studies. I don't want testimonials from your BFFs on how you helped. I need case studies on how did you help someone get out of this level of frustration? What was the steps and what was the outcome? And be clear before you write any check. I don't care if it's $20. I don't care if it's $20,000. I don't care if it's $2,000. It's all about the questions. So that this way you're happy for the investment that you're making in yourself. So there's a big thing going around about investing in yourself. I say get the help that you need, and that comes in a form of investing, but you also have to be clear on what kind of investment is needed. And based on this investment, is the investment worth you relieving that frustration? Absolutely. And sometimes we can't do everything. You're not created to do everything. You're not created to figure everything out. And sometimes you'll have to pick up the slack and play many different roles and wear different hats because of a level of inconsistency. But that also means that there's somebody out here who knows what they're doing and you just haven't found them yet. There's somebody out here who's ready to help you, but you just haven't been clear enough on the kind of help that you need. So it's one thing when you say, I want to hire someone who can help me, I want to hire someone who can help me become a bestseller. How about hire someone to help you write so that you can continue to write best-selling books? So it's a big difference so that you're not tied to an individual. So there's people who say, I'll show you how to become a bestseller in 2.5 seconds. All right, but maybe you just need some help. I need help going back. I didn't pass English, right? I didn't pass English at all. Now, I loved reading, and you would think reading books and being an avid reader would help. But sometimes it's not the becoming the bestseller, that's the most important thing. Maybe it's you honing in on your skills as a writer so that you can continually write best-selling books, and you can teach that same gift of writing best-selling books to someone else. So that's the secret. How do you tap into the market so that you can write compelling content that will be a bestseller? Period. A best-selling book doesn't, if we rely on Amazon or Barnes and Nobles or the New York Times list, you may consider yourself a failure, but you have such a quality book, a great book. Because this book is not, you know what Beyonce did? She didn't put her album out. I think one album she put on iTunes or something like that. And she was a huge success by that. So she didn't measure her success based on the titles and what other people said your requirements are to have a great record and a great album and to be a great artist. She went to the people who are her followers, her readers, and her fans. That's what we have to connect with. So the help may be just you identifying who you need to help, right? Maybe you need to get the help to show you who you need to help. Maybe you need to get the help so that you can focus on your children. Maybe you need to get the help so that you can focus on your loved ones. Maybe you need the help so you can add the spice back into your life. What's taking away the spice from your life? So for me, for me with my husband, it was like, ooh, don't even think about anything between these months because this is around conference time. But that's not fair to my loved one, so I should be able to love my business and love my man and love my family. So where is what was happening? Why is there a rock now in my flow of passion and support where my family needs me? And so I had to remove some things that were taking away from my time. They were energy vampires, energy zappers. And I had to be clear, listen, I need help in these areas. If I get help in this specific area for this specific thing, it'll really help me get further. And sometimes you just got to give the person who's offering help just a little bit, see how they do with that. Then a little bit more, see how they do with that. Then a little bit more. You don't just kind of throw everything to them and expect them to help you, because you may be frustrated again because now you got to help to help you, which defeats the purpose. So now you're paying for a lesson. So just give a little bit. And also watch, what is your skill sets in terms of this? Where do you operate best when it comes to this particular problem? Where do you operate best when it comes to this particular solution? Not just throwing and doing a dump. I'll throw and do a dump on people and say, whoo, you have it, be creative, go for it. But not everybody's like that. Not everybody can take it and sort it out and assemble it. So I need to say, what is it that you specifically do? So for example, I have an intern and he's like, Lucinda, I want to intern with you. And so I'm like, whoo, more help. Let me just dump on him this specific project. But I had to stop and say, wait a minute, based on this revolving door, right? History repeats itself. And so in order to make a change in this history and in my story of what I see when I ask for help, let me be specific and let me ask him, why are you coming to me? What is it that you want to focus on? And then let's hone in on those skills, and then I can help him develop in other areas that may not be his strengths. But I want to work with him on his strengths. So when you're asking for help, work with people based on their strengths. Are we clear on that? One, be clear that there's a frustration. Identify what that frustration is, and then get the help that you need for that frustration. And take your time getting the help you need for that frustration. And be honest with yourself and be free with yourself to say, this person is a person. They may not be perfect, because I'm learning how to delegate. I'm learning how to not be a perfectionist. I'm learning how to let things go. I'm learning how to ask for help, because I carried on a lot being this independent woman. But I'm willing to learn that this person can help me get from A to B, not A to Z. They may help you to get from A to B. If they do great with B, then you can ask them to do C. And if they're not consistent and capable to do C, then you can find somebody else who knows how to do C, D, and E. You understand what I'm saying? So it's taking steps in life. It's not so much of a dump on help. It's not so much of saying, you got to be clear on what kind of help you need. Sometimes you may not need a virtual assistant. You may not need an assistant if you're not clear on what they're going to be doing for your business, because then you'll end up feeling like you're paying for help that you could have done anyway. So I paid for social media help, and I was like, wow, all you're doing is just retweeting what I tweet. And I didn't understand the value of it, but I wasn't clear on the kind of help I needed social media wise. I should have said, listen, this is what I need help with doing in terms of social media. I need you to do research, constantly posting. I need you to highlight individuals. I need you to reach out to my connection. So it's all about being clear on the help that you need. When I hired my assistant, I was clear on the help that I needed. I said, I have a lot of projects. I'm fast paced. I think on my feet, unorganized, and I just need some help to put things together and make sense of this all. I need a system, not a automated system, but I need a system with a human being who gets me. And so I need you to be what I need you to be what I'm not, right? I need you to be anal. I need you to be fine tuning everything you do. I'm a perfectionist, so I need you to take on that perfectionism so that I can release that negative energy with me. And I need to work with you so that I can release control. So sometimes you'll just get the help that you need just so it could teach you a lesson to release control, just so it could teach you a lesson to trust, just so it could teach you a lesson that there's other areas in your life that you need to take care of. You'll realize that when you get the help you need, you're able to take care of your family. You're able to have more time with your friends. You're able to take care of your health. You're able to see that you may have missed a few vitamins. You may have missed a few eye appointments. You may have missed a few blood pressure pills. So you'll realize that you are missing out living this beautiful life because you did not ask for help for whatever reason. Yeah, they messed up, and it's okay. They messed up. Some people messed up. Some people took your money and ran. Some people promised some things that they said they was going to do, and they were just completely incapable of doing, and they weren't honest with themselves that they couldn't do it. Yeah. Some people seen that you needed the help, and they took advantage of that. Some people said yes when they should have said no. You said yes when you should have said no. Yes, you cleaned out your bank account at times. Yes, you felt bad and you kept people on the bandwagon because you felt bad for their situation when you just couldn't wait to stop working with them. Yeah, all of that. I know all of the stories. I've been there, and so and I know when you're looking to have this team and you're frustrated and you're like, I cannot mentally take any more. I need help. I'm at this wall and I need help. So help is saying to you today, friends, Scope Stars, how can I help you? In what specific area can I help you today? Not a dump. Because the dump is fine. God knows all of our prayers. He knows our heart. He knows what's on our heart. He knows the burdens we carry. He knows our frustrations. But help is asking you today, and welcome help in. Say, I need help. Honey, I need help. Kids, mommy needs help. I need help today. Listen, supervisor, I need some help. Matter of fact, I'm making a few phone calls because I need help, right? And so you have to be clear with saying, I need some help. And guess what? I don't even know what kind of help I need. That's how frustrated I am. You got to be honest with yourself and say, I don't even know what kind of help I need, right? Help is not a bad thing. Help is not a bad thing. It may not come in the form that you expected. You may pay for it. You may pay others a lot more for the help that you need. You may pay a lot less. You may get the right individuals and you may get the wrong ones. But it's okay. It's okay. Help is not about a pass or fail. Help is not about good or bad. Help is just help. It's saying, how can I help you? And the help may come in many, many forms. So was I frustrated based on inconsistent people, incapable people who weren't honest with their skill sets and themselves? Absolutely. Was I frustrated that I had to help the help to help me, and I paid the help to help me, which I end up getting help to help myself? Was I frustrated? Absolutely. But I said, you know what? I'm going to continue to ask for help. Because the one thing that this distraction of inconsistent, incomparable, incapable, lack of integrity, situation, based on this situation, I am going to continue to ask for help. I'm going to continue to embrace trust, and I'm not going to take on anymore. I'm not. I've learned a lesson, and I know what things should look like now. Sometimes you pay for, somebody just said it, you pay for the truth. Sometimes you pay for an eye opener. Sometimes you pay for a reflection on you. So I hope this is helping somebody today with helping themselves and understanding that even the people around you may be asking for help, but they're not asking for the help that they really need. So the help that they really need is different. They may be asking you to borrow some money, but they may need to know how to hone in on their skill sets. They may need to know how to fish for themselves. And so even as the help and learning how to help others, you don't want to handicap someone, because many of us have become handicapped as well because of the help that we received, which is the help that is not the help that you really need. Some of us are receiving help that we really, really don't need. And so you want to kind of cut some strings and look around at your life, at your home, at your office, at your situation, and say, I need some help. So if things are out of whack, your driver's license, your IDs, your credit, your bank accounts are not adding up, your business is not in the proper formation, your clients, so one loose link, one loose string in your life can really make everything else kind of go haywire. So you need help to keep that string in place. And even if that help, their only job is to hold that string while you go on with life and connecting the dots and connecting with people and connecting with your family, be clear. Listen, a little help is better than no help at all. And remember, there's no such thing. Don't get upset because the help is not perfect. Okay? So how many of us are going to ask for help today? How many of us are going to actively go out there and ask for help, even if it makes us swallow our ego and our pride? So I'll ask for help, even though people say, oh man, Lucinda's superwoman. I ask for help all the time. I don't want to be the know-it-all. I don't even want to do it all. I say, oh, you know how to do that? Oh, go ahead, work it out then. Go ahead. What you need? You need my password? All right, let's make it happen. What you need? Some access? All right, let's make. So you got to raise your hand if you know that you need help, and you're going to identify the help that you need, because there's a frustration that has been stopping your flow, because there may be a flow in your life, but there can be a even faster flow. You may be missing out on opportunities and blessings because God is watching, and he's saying, man, she didn't even remove that stone yet. When is she going to remove the stone? Matter of fact, she just added a few more pebbles around the stone. No, let's remove that. Here we go with the analogies again. I just want to talk regular. But let's get the help that we need, people. Let's get the help that we need so that we can receive more. We want to become millionaires. We want to have all the health that we need. But come on, we got to do the simple things. The simple things. Yes, ask for help. Taking a vitamin is help. Drinking a bottle of water is help. Your body is saying thank you, right? Thank you. Cleaning your home is help for the people that are around you. So, good. You was just having this conversation the other day. It's a conversation that is necessary. Ask for help. There are people out there, understand that God is petitioning for your greater good every single day. And help is saying, how can I help you today? Imagine you just have these invisible angels around you saying, can I help you with that? Can I help you with that? And you're constantly ignoring or either just saying no because you're afraid that they're not going to do it right. Be free, because I want you to do what you know how to do and operate in your best, whether that's being a best wife, being a best mom. I want you to do what you need to do. And don't be afraid of the inconsistency and the lack of people and their integrity, because that'll happen and it'll frustrate you. But don't let that stop you. You stop them. You know what? I think we need to stop right here. And I thank you for what you've done. And you go on to the next thing. So help is a beautiful thing when it works out. And it's a beautiful thing when it doesn't, because you still are learning in the process. So let's go up. Let's get higher. Let's release this frustration. Let's not move into 2016 with this frustration again. Let's clean up and declutter our lives and our business. Are we clear? Are we good? Right. And exactly. Realize that people don't do things how we would. Yes. And sometimes the way that you do it is not necessarily the way that it should be done. It's just the way that you know how to do it. So be open for the change. Be open for the inconsistency. So it'll be a lot. I mean, I had a lot of event planners, right? I get a lot of event planners who attend my event, and they'll say, you'll hear the little, oh, they should have did this. They should have did that. They should. But if this is what you do, then do it. If you see there's an inconsistency, I'm not going to allow my sister to go down. I'm not going to have it. So if I'm there and I can help, whether she asks me or not, I'm going to help. Hey, do you need help in this area? I see there's a little confusion over there. Let me work it out. And so I'll hear, this ain't happening right. And this ain't happening right. That's not helping life. That's not helping somebody else. So we have to get to the point, right? We have to get to the point that if you see that there's a need, fulfill that need, if that's your area of expertise, right? Lipstick Chatter, I love you. She's the only, I love her because she's an event planner who experiences her event. Because of you, I was able to sit down and really, I said, you know what? She put on a wonderful event. This is a sidebar. Lipstick Chatter put on a wonderful event, and she was not only the event planner, but she also was able to sit back and enjoy her event. And so that helped me to say, you know what, when I get to activate, I'm going to sit down and enjoy my event as an attendee. And I enjoyed it. But here's the thing. If there's a need, you fulfill that need if that's your expertise. So before you are quick to judge, before you're quick to say anything, help, remember, comes in the form to say, how can I help you? And so just as you are looking where there's a lack of help in certain areas, if there's something that you know how to do, go do it. Don't tell me that you're a professional in this and this is what you do and you've done this for so many years and you're not willing to help me and you're watching the downfall. That's horrible. Horrible. Seeing it done all the time. I hear it. Say, don't say anything if you're not going to help her. Don't say anything if you're not going to help her. If you see that there's something going on and you know how to fix it, so you're going to have her sit in the chair, fall and break her back. Whose shame is that? So we got to be able to fit in and get in where we fit in and be able to support one another and just, really be real. When we say we're about our sisterhood, we're about our brothers, be there. I'm not just going to keep talking about how these young girls is looking crazy in the street. I'm going to talk to them. Say, hey, girl, you're showing, a lot of goodies over there. You know what that looks like, right? If not, let me just let you know. So it's, we're going into a different topic. But the point here is help is help. And if you see that there's a need for help, help somebody else. And sometimes the help can be rewarding in other areas. There's many times where I've helped and I didn't get paid to help, but I was blessed in so many different areas. My makeup artist told me, don't give me nothing. She showed up on her own dime, on her own time to the Activate conference. Not because, Lucinda's on TV, this and that. She showed up because she genuinely wants to help. And she understands her gifts and her talents and her expertise. She said, Lucinda, I can't even charge you because the minute when I serve and support you, I get so blessed that I don't even want that to stop flowing. And that was so deep and profound to me. And I said, you don't want, and I wanted to give her. She said, no, I don't even, she didn't even want a tip. She didn't want me to pay her. And so so have I had situations where I overpaid and I was like, gosh, I look jacked up. But here's someone who is gifted and talented and does makeup for everybody, a lot of people on television. But she humbly came on her own dime, on her own time, 3 days to fix my face and anybody else's face that I said need fixing. Seriously. If I said, can you do her face? Sure, no problem. But she said, don't give me nothing. Don't meet me with nothing, because when I finish serving and doing what I do for you, because I genuinely believe in you and your vision and what God is doing in your life, He blesses me so good. Soon as she walked out the door after saying that, she got a connection with in LA from somebody who was connected to, and she said, "You see this?" She said, "You see?" She said, "My whole family is here at this event. This is the first time in years since I've been a kid to have my whole family in the same place under the same roof." That's a blessing, Lucinda. And then to walk out the door to get an opportunity to go do some things in LA. She said it happened just like that. She said, "I don't want you. I don't want you." So sometimes your help and sometimes helping has a blessing greater than even that paycheck. There's times where I said, "You know what? I can waive my fees for this particular opportunity." And they blessed me with an envelope, triple, double, triple than what I would have even asked for. So let's give help. Let's be the help. Let's ask for help. Let's receive the help. Let's tell the help to stop. If it's not the help we need, let's open up for help. Let's thank God for help. Let's pray that he sends the right help. Let's be the help that we need to see, right? They say be the change you need to be, the help that you need to see in this world. And let's stop helping to those that we are handicapping, and let's stop receiving the help that is handicapping us. I love you. This is your captain speaking. Don't forget, we'll be talking about the plane situation. I'm just waiting for the rest of the message, but let's give some giveaways out. Let's give some giveaways. Let's give some programs. You want my program, or you asking about programs? Giveaways. Let's see. Is Monique still here? Is Monique still here? Who's tweeting? Who's doing the tweets? Who's tweeting these nuggets? Who's Facebooking these nuggets? Okay, so the membership, go to lucindacross.com. You'll see something that